And that's when I discovered that alligators prefer human meat to dogs. And we're back.
You are now listening to Radio Rufus.
Yes, welcome back to another tongue-teasing episode of Radio Rufus. That is right, you are being broadcast at live. We are ploughing directly into your skulls through the medium of audio. Us, of course, being Rufus Rice and producer Aidan. Say hello, Aidan.
Hello.
We are two silver-tongued silver foxes in waiting. I'm going to be a silver fox.
I done something weird with my tongue there whenever you said that.
I saw it out the corner of my eye, but I was just going to let it go.
Overheard Matt laughing. I couldn't not acknowledge it. Apologies for that, Matt.
Anyway, as usual, we're alongside our regularly scheduled sort of tongue action. We're going to give you news, sports, games. It's your typical radio show in an untypical presentation style. We are rotating like 7-Eleven hot dogs in that machine.
Yeah.
In the baking heat of our wonderful 60s radio studio. And as always, one of the scoops will not be quite as fresh as you'd imagine because we take a historical story and then act to it in real time. That's the format, that's the twist. We also do everything in between. Before we get stuck into it, we're really close. We are scraping. We are edging towards 20,000 subscribers. So if you want to get us over the edge, then feel free by subscribing on YouTube. Thank you for smashing that button with whatever part of your body is available. Now, let's get into it with our first round, not news. This is what hit the headlines this week. A man has been found in Vietnam with an eel up his arse. The Dublin Zoo has enlisted the help of breastfeeding mothers to encourage female orangutan to bond with her newborn. And American Airlines flight makes emergency landing after passengers spot lice in women's hair. So, 3 very scintillating stories to get stuck into. The first one, we've got the worst thing to happen in Vietnam since the war, as doctors in Hanoi removed a live 2-foot-long eel from the insides of an Indian national after he was hospitalized with, quote, excruciating abdominal pain. He'd slipped it in earlier in the day. And usually I paraphrase the article, but that's what was written.
Slipped it in.
Exactly. He slipped it in earlier in the day, and I think that's nice. You know when you, put your towel on the radiator before you get in the shower, and then it's nice and warm by the time you come out?
Yeah, I get you.
He's like, he's preheating the oven, so to speak. Like, I'm going to slip it in now, and then I can enjoy it later.
I was initially thinking like, the poor eel, but there's no way that, what's that, like 24, 25 inches? There's no way.
Yeah, 2 feet, so about 24 inches.
All of that into him. I think the eel's kind of... It needed a bit of a nudge, but the eel was sort of enjoying it.
Yeah. Do you think the eel came up with the idea?
The eel just loves eating ass.
I don't know, because I feel like it's like...
But it's slippery as well. I feel like there'd be a bit of fight back. I feel like he got it in initially, and then the eel just fucking slithered on up voluntarily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the eel wanted to be in there, according to you.
Yeah.
An eel expert.
It's a two-way street, I think, for this one.
What, his arse? Well, I think it's one of those things. It's like, and I don't put massive stuff up my arse, so I don't know.
Small stuff?
But like if you were trying to get, let's say, Thor's hammer in.
Yeah.
There's only one end that you're trying first.
Yeah.
Right? Or you can go big end first, and then it's really easy the rest of the way. That's what I'm saying. You get the head of the eel in, and then the rest just slips through.
Yeah. I get.
So
I
think you can quite easily get a whole 2-foot eel up your ass. Not an expert opinion, I should say.
It is. I feel like if you want to experiment with that kind of thing, there's easier objects to obtain than a fucking 25-inch eel.
Well, I don't think he went straight at eel. I mean, I don't know him.
Yeah.
But I think that there's definitely an evolutionary scale from sort of pinky upwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eel's just the first one to get stuck.
Yeah. Maybe. Anyway, yeah, so he slipped it in earlier in the day. He preheated that oven, and then it had basically tried to escape by biting through his... Basically, the eel was constricted in there. As you imagine, eels aren't designed to live in anuses. So it was like, I need to get out of here. I'm getting claustrophobic. It bit through the colon to try and get into the abdominal cavity.
That is fucked.
which is that bit sort of below your stomach
Yeah.
and above your penis.
You know the film Alien, where the things like burst out of the people's chests?
Yes.
That's what I'm picturing right now. But a shit-covered eel.
Except it didn't get out of his chest. It was just still slipping around in there.
Yeah.
So doctors originally tried to remove the eel through his arse. So they were like, I guess we'll just reach up in there and
Take it out the same
take
way
it
we
out.
did.
But often the anus is not a one-way door. Like, it closes behind. Usually the other way around, have to say.
Yeah.
But basically no luck knocking on that door because he'd inserted a large lime after the eel, which was blocking the way.
He's just trying to put a cork in it so that is fucking... I take it back. This isn't a two-way street. He was trying to trap that poor fucking eel.
Making bum champagne, bro. He's trying to cork it. Hey, he sealed his own fate.
That is fucking mental.
Yeah, I know.
Is this in America? No, Vietnam. I was about to
Vietnam.
say, usually this shit is something that you would see from like American.
I'm guessing
intelligence.
eels. I don't even know how you get a hold of an eel. I'm guessing eels must be more readily available in Vietnam.
Yeah, that part of the world.
Yeah.
I've never seen an eel, but I know I don't want anywhere near my asshole. Never mind, fucking fully up it, swimming around in there.
And then I'll just block it in. Why not? Yeah.
What animal would you?
Oh yeah, great question.
What animal would
Yeah.
you want up your
That's a
asshole?
really intelligent question.
If you were told tomorrow, Rufus, you need to put some kind of
Well, I'm going to take this seriously,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to pick like an ant
yeah.
because like you meant a proper animal, not
Yeah,
an insect.
we've probably had an ant
Yeah,
crawling around there
must
before.
have done at some point.
Yeah.
I've camped.
Yeah,
I've sat on an anthill before. If it's a proper animal, I don't know. Maybe like an eagle or something. And then
I was
can it
picturing-
pick me up and fly away?
just by the rectum.
Yeah.
I was picturing something more eel shaped for the easy sort of passage.
Because I have to get the whole animal.
Yeah. The whole
Oh, I
animal.
thought you meant. Oh, right. Okay.
I don't just mean the beak.
No, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, something slippery. Got to be a goldfish. Finding Nemo.
You could definitely shit that out as well. I don't think that's getting stuck.
Oh, yeah, I think I'd start with the goldfish and work my way up to a sort of orca through the sea animals.
Yeah.
What about jellyfish? That'd be fine. Because they're just flobbly anyway. That will conform to the shape.
Do they not sting though?
Not all jellyfish.
So you want like a non-electric jellyfish?
Yeah, I don't want that Australian one which just kills you instantly.
Yeah.
I did.
What was it that took out Steve Irwin? That was a
Stingray.
stingray.
Yeah.
I don't want one of them up my ass.
No, he did try and
That's maybe what happened.
Yeah. Anyway, basically, the lime was blocking the eel, and they had to slice open the poor chap, and found the live eel stretching 25 inches long and 4 inches in diameter,
Oh my god.
and then removed the creature and the lime. And if you want to look at the article, you don't have to, but feel free. There is literally, on a sort of hospital tray, a shit-covered eel and lime. Just sitting there like a sort of disgusting museum exhibit.
I really don't. I don't even think we could show that.
No, but it's there. I've seen it. So if you want to,
Yeah,
feel
feel
free.
free.
It's on the New York Post.
How big is 25 inches? Like
Let me show you. I can show you 4.
25 inches is like 8 of my cocks.
Yeah. Quick maths. 3.125 inches.
That's about right.
Yeah. On a good day.
On like a really warm day.
Yeah. So, doctors at the hospital told Vietnam News that they've dealt with patients, typically young men, who have put objects up their bums for sexual pleasure. Viet Duck Hospital has previously removed
That's the animal.
the Viet Duck. It's an Asian variant of the duck. Has previously removed bottles, cups, and toys. I'm hoping sort of adult toys, not like,
Transformer.
Yeah.
Fucking Bumblebee transforms inside your asshole.
A Nerf gun or something.
Imagine the talent. You know, people can like do blindfolded Rubik's cubes.
Yeah.
Put a transformer up your asshole as the robot, and it comes out as the car.
Oh, that would be so sick.
I'd watch
Or
that.
put a Rubik's Cube up there, solve it, and then shoot it out. Yeah, this is the first case they've had at this hospital involving a live animal.
Yeah.
Uh,
Does that mean that they've had cases where they've removed a dead animal from someone's asshole?
they haven't ruled it out.
Right.
But like, you know, sometimes when you feel like, oh, I've had a bit of an unhealthy weekend, I've drank a lot, you know, haven't got any sleep, didn't do any exercise, ate like shit the whole time. You know, I'm in a bit of a rough condition. I need to take care of myself.
Yeah.
This guy's got an eel rolling around in him, and he just thinks he's fine.
The fucking pain in my... I had 7 pints of Guinness last night, and the
Yeah.
pain in my stomach and the shit I unloaded like an hour ago, I wasn't fine then.
No.
And
exactly.
this fucker has a full
eel.
2-foot eel just rummaging around
And a
in there.
lime.
And a lime.
And a lime. The head doctor said, this is an expert quote on this situation, people should never insert live animals through the anus to seek intense sensations due to the unforeseeable consequences.
It's good to see you clarified that.
Yeah. It was good to get an expert's opinion, because I wouldn't have been able to work that out
Yeah, I
myself.
wasn't so sure before that.
Yeah, I just bought a hamster.
Hamster would be a good one.
Yeah, I know. Well, no, because they've got teeth. Like, they're ferocious little... My sister had a hamster once, and I hated that rat. It was a little desert rat, that thing.
My mum had like a pet hamster whenever she was younger, and their parents went on holiday. I think they were away from like maybe a day or two, but they came back, left the children at home obviously,
Yeah.
but they let the hamster out and they were playing with it around the kitchen, and then they're like, fuck, we can't find it, where is it? They checked like the whole house, no sign of it, so they were like, right, we've lost the hamster, we'll at least clean the house for our parents coming home so they're not as angry. She went to take the mop bucket out, and the hamster was in the mop bucket. It fucking fell off and drowned in the thing. And she still didn't want to, like, that would have given it away that she was at fault for it. So she, apparently, anyway, she's told us this, that she took it out, hair dried it, and put it back in the cage, and just pretended like it died of natural causes.
Oh, that's so funny. I would have done the same thing as well.
Imagine blow drying a dead hamster.
Yeah, wow. Anyway, this is not the first time an eel was removed from someone's arse in Vietnam this year.
Fucking hell, how often is this happening?
In March, a 12-inch eel slid up a 43-year-old man's arse. But this one said it slid up. I can only assume he was an eel fisherman who fell off his boat or anything.
Yeah.
Because it said, like, slid up. He didn't put it in there.
They must be slippery, though, because surely...
They're so slippery.
If I feel an eel 2 inches up my ass, I'm going to have time to pull it out, but they must just be
No,
fucking...
I've seen eels, and they are rapid.
Yeah.
And evasive as well.
This kind of backs up my point earlier, though, that it is a two-way street, because this eel sought out the asshole.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they are just fucking...
Got a relationship.
Yeah. They're serial ass munchers.
No, they didn't. There was no cereal. Just a
Eels in general.
There was, yeah. Okay, classic banter there. He was rushed to the High Heart. Sorry, I just laughed that the hospital was called the High Heart District Medical Centre in Tuang Ninh Province, where the sea creature was removed. So there we go. That was an eventful start. Let's move on from bums to tits, our two favourite subjects on this show. So we cover them both every week. That's in the rules.
Never clarified this, but are you a tit man or an ass man?
That's good. Matt, make a note of that. That's a good first line to cut into for a clip.
We'll keep that in too.
Well, I am an enlightened Gen Z, right? In history, people were tit men. That's well documented. That's why restaurant chains like Hooters exist.
Yeah.
Right? Because it was all based around, if this guy can see a bit of cleavage, he's going to buy more beer. That was the whole business model, right? And then, during the millennial generation, that was peak arse. Do you remember, like, sort of Kim Kardashian breaking the internet?
Yeah, ass has just got trendy all of a sudden.
Nicki Minaj. But I actually think we have got past peak arse, and we have become enlightened and realised the most important thing is how they complement each other.
Yeah.
So it's all well having an absolute dump truck, but if you have the sort of build of a sort of, young boy, with a massive dump truck. I'm not saying you are a young
It's
boy.
out of proportion.
It's out of proportion. It doesn't look right. It's all got to work together. It's about the arse and the tit working in harmony to create one sort of balanced yin and yang, sweet and sour sort of thing. So it's a package deal for me. You can't be a tit or an arse man anymore. You can't be a tit or an arse man anymore. You just got to be a sort of a visionary, I guess.
You can't really argue with that. Because I would identify as an ass man.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah.
I do get where you're coming from, because they can, especially like, I was born at the very end of the 90s, but the whole way through the 90s, tits reigned supreme. Mm-hmm. And you always see in like films and stuff you watch whenever you're younger, people are like, does my ass look big in this? And that's like a horrible thing. Yeah. Now people want their ass to look big in things.
I still think like it's got to be a harmonious balance. Like big tit, small tit, you know, big tit, small tit, big ass, small ass. It's just got to work together. Yeah. It's not one or the other. I
like symmetry.
Okay.
See, in situations like, I used to think I at times can have a pretty stressful life, and then I compare that to how stressful I imagine it would be to be a woman with one tit significantly larger than the other. Yeah, like different fucking cup sizes and stuff like that. And that, I don't think I could live with that.
Keep buying half bras and sort of stitching them together. Yeah, I mean, I can't say that really bothers me all that much, but I'm glad you're putting in some thought for the women out there. So shout out to the sort of 3 women watching this. yeah. Shout out to the cock-titted women. Sort of. Cock-titted. Well, I couldn't really find a word. Like how cockeyed is like, I've got one like in a booky direction, like sort of, you know what I mean.
I've never heard that term used before.
Well, it's because I just came up with it.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
But cockeyed means like your eyes are like going.
Yeah. So it's the same one.
Cock-titted, yeah. Anyway, the Dublin Zoo. Just like the famine, there's a baby going hungry in Ireland. Dublin Zoo has gone to drastic lengths to ensure a baby monkey doesn't die of starvation after its mother seemingly had no idea how to breastfeed it. Which, I get that. Sometimes I see people's parents and I'm like, do you know how to father that child? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know, by the way, how your mum's line for your jokes is Matty McCann jokes?
Yeah, she doesn't like.
You just crossed mine with that dead baby famine joke.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Don't know how to feel about that.
Hit a sore spot.
Yeah.
Well, mate, what I'm saying is, I think your top 3 favourite foods shouldn't be potatoes, chips, and mash. So
I like crisps too, though.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realise. Didn't realise you were such a cultured man.
Yeah.
All flavours as well. You love loads of different crisps.
Did you know Ireland created flavoured crisps?
Yep, doesn't surprise me.
There you go.
Anyway, Mudja, an orangutan, surprisingly gave birth last week. Zoo staff say it was a little bit bittersweet because the dad died in March. Which is
a dampener and things.
Bring the vibes down. Yeah. Really killing the mood, that one. Basically, this orangutan is a crap mum.
Right.
So it's had 3 babies, not been able to raise them. Yeah. And they wanted to change that behaviour. It's like when you see sort of, I saw a mum with a little kid and she had a vape on a lanyard.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's unforgivable.
Yeah, I'm worried about the kid. They were worried about the little monkey here. And basically, the zoo brought in lactation specialist Lizzie Reeves. Which
you like to think of yourself as that, don't you?
Yeah. I'd like to sign up for that role. Who organised 30 breastfeeding mothers, and basically what
they take shifts or
yeah, I think so. Basically, what they would do is they would sit by the glass and breastfeed their child in the hope that the orangutan is going to do the same thing by behaviour mirroring.
Every man at the zoo would be queuing up for that exhibit.
Yeah, I've got a quote from the zookeeper here, who said, a lot of women said, look, an orangutan doesn't wear a t-shirt, so they whipped off their t-shirts and their bras so Mudja could literally see everything.
Okay, this must be in like after closing time on a Sunday or something.
So it said, which I'm starting to question the zookeeper and his intentions.
Oh, it's a man.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
Starting to. What are
see
you
why
up
they're
to?
being questioned.
Also, you don't need 30 mums.
Yeah.
Like that feels excessive.
60 tits is too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
I think four max.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
The zookeeper said she was doing fantastic. She had the baby in the right place, but she just didn't get there.
No end product.
No end product. It was a matter of positioning. She just didn't have it, unfortunately. So like good game, good on the ball. Like Swaz, good on the ball, but no positioning.
Yeah, I get you.
She did everything else perfectly. She's holding the baby, looking after the baby, but the most important thing we needed was for the baby to latch on and feed. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. We gave it every opportunity, and I just want to clarify that was about the orangutan, not the woman. So the whole exercise turned out to make no difference at all. It was completely pointless, and they ended up deciding to bottle feed the monkey.
Would that have been a huge issue to just do to start with?
No. But sometimes you got to innovate.
Yeah.
Or you have a creepy zookeeper with a secret fetish who wants to sort of get the lactation specialist in.
Yeah. Do you know breastfeeding videos and stuff like that are allowed on YouTube and stuff now? Like just full tit out.
Okay, slightly concerning that you know that, but
Can't remember where I found it. I think it just came up. That sounds so dodgy. I think I saw something about it anyway.
yeah, that's your algorithm though. That's suggesting things it will think you like.
We checked my algorithm the last day. There was no breastfeeding, as far as I remember.
Sure.
But I feel like, yeah, fair enough. Free the nip and all that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah.
But there's going to be some men that see tits on YouTube, and even with a baby hanging off it, they're still going to... Do you know what I mean? That's my issue with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think?
There's 100% perverts out there. Like, this fucking zookeeper would be all over that.
Oh. The way you just pointed there, I thought you were about to accuse Matt. Editor Matt.
Matt probably would be
Yeah, probably
into
loves
too.
it. Anyway. Anyway, American Airlines flight has made an emergency landing after passengers spot lice in women's hair. It seems with increasing regularity, we cover stories of mental things happening on American planes, and then basically it keeps going up and up. Then we have 9/11. Everyone comes down for a bit, and then sort of people start acting up on planes again. So we're inevitably building towards another 9/11 type of thing.
Yeah.
Is
Or
my-
like the Burger King guy. Do you remember him?
No?
The fellow with the Burger King hat that just kept shouting the N-word on the plane and had to be
I'll be
removed from
honest. I don't think that's quite as important as 9/11.
it. Not really, but it's like the 9/11 of the 2020s. It's the most significant thing I can think of that's
This happened on a
plane. Yeah.
Is it?
Apart from all those planes that disappeared and stuff, but fuck them.
Yeah, all those ones that drop out of the sky every year. But that one guy did say the N-word on it. Yeah, so that's my theory. Basically, like, people start getting a bit loose
Yeah.
on planes, and then we build up. There'll be another, terrorist attack on a plane at some point. And then imagine the security they'll do after that. People will keep really chill for a bit, and then it'll happen. It's just an endless, ruthless, unbreakable cycle. Anyway, a flight from New York to Los Angeles, the Big Apple to the Big Crapple, made an emergency landing in Arizona after 2 passengers spotted lice crawling out of a woman's hair.
There's also a trend of like animals crawling out of people this episode. Or into them.
Yeah, there's 3 animal stories in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, I don't know about you, but this next sentence doesn't really make sense to me. The 2 narcs, basically, those 2 passengers, says to the flight attendants, look, that woman's got lice crawling out of her hair. All right. The flight attendants then reported a medical emergency and forced the flight to divert with an emergency landing in Phoenix.
You would be absolutely fucking fuming if that happened over some head lice.
Also, like, there are kids on loads of planes, and kids have head lice all the time.
Yeah, it's
So there
not
must
an
be loads
emergency.
of head lice on loads of planes.
Yeah. If my plane is doing like an emergency landing and delaying my holiday, there better at least be some ticking sounds.
They don't even do an emergency landing when somebody dies. Do you know that?
They just follow on, and I suppose there's no point. They're already dead.
If someone dies in their seat, genuinely, airline policy is to just leave them there until they land. Because, like, where are you going to take them?
Imagine you're going to like Australia and the person sat beside you dies in the first hour.
Gotta sit next to a slowly rotting corpse for a day. Mate, at least you get the handrest.
Yeah.
They're not going to keep walking over you trying to go to the toilet. So basically, they landed in Arizona, which is not really near Los Angeles. I mean, relatively, not really. And then staff didn't inform the passengers why the emergency landing was made until afterwards. Which, we're emergency landing, but we're not going to tell you why.
That would make you assume the absolute worst, and it's something so minor.
Yeah.
I would have calmed so many people down if they're just like, this woman's a dirty bitch and she's got head lice.
It's also not a medical emergency.
Yeah.
At all.
Do you reckon if the fellow with the eel done that in an airplane, that would have been a medical emergency?
Well, I still think that's fine because, like, the eel is inside him. I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, true.
I would actually prefer that to the head lice because I could get the head lice, but I'm not going to get the eel.
And also, you don't have to see the eel. That lime stopping that.
Yeah, it's totally not my problem. Yeah, if a lime started rolling down the aisle, I'd get it. Anyway, after landing, the woman in question was rushed off the flight and was never seen again. I don't mean she was
so dramatic.
I don't mean she was like killed by the mob or anything, but she wasn't seen again. Everyone was informed of a 12-hour delay. Why didn't they just get everyone back on the plane?
Yeah.
12-hour delay, and they got emailed hotel tickets.
That's not good enough. I'd be fucking fuming.
Yeah. Before the email, they hadn't been told that they would be delayed at all.
So they're just waiting.
Yeah, but they didn't make an announcement. They just sent them an email. So there we go.
But you know what happened yesterday, by the way, and I didn't notice until after, just speaking about 9/11 and planes and bombs and whatnot. We were playing five-a-side in Shoreditch, and I was like up top, and I was trying to get Matt to like bring the ball with him. So I was like, Matt, bomb, bomb, bomb. And I was shouting bomb in London as a fucking Irishman. That historically isn't.
No.
People usually shit themselves at that.
Yeah.
It wasn't until after like the third time I said it, I was like, I'm going to maybe think of a new word for that.
Have you ever played bomb in an airport? Like penis, but it's bomb.
Is that just shouting bomb?
Yeah.
I have not.
Right.
Have you?
Yeah, but like...
It never got too loud.
Yeah, because you can't just walk through security and go bomb.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Just getting put out right away.
It's the ultimate game of chicken. Because, like, yeah. It's like that one guy who texted his mate, I have a bomb, while he was on a plane. And then national security intercepted that text message, grounded the flight, and then arrested him.
It's not a bad way to get back at a friend for something. Like if you're traveling somewhere.
No, but he was on the flight.
Oh, they were both.
No, he was on the flight, and he texted someone who wasn't on the flight. I have a bomb.
Right. Okay.
Which
yeah,
terrified me, that story, because that's the kind of thing that I would do. Because it's not like I'm saying it to everybody.
Yeah.
It's like I'm saying it to
it is funny
to one friend. Yeah, that's objectively funny.
Until you're in handcuffs and the flight's delayed again.
Yeah. So if you are like, you know, the Home Secretary, I'm not gonna bomb a plane. So
Yeah, trust him.
Trust me.
I'm not gonna do it.
Anyway, let's move on to our sports segment now. Snatch of the day coming at you. And what is the most high octane sport you can think of? Chess, exactly. A chess player has been suspended by the Russian Chess Federation and is reportedly facing time in jail after she allegedly tried to poison her rival at a chessboard during a tournament. Imagine being so unethical that a Russian government organisation sends you to the gulag.
Did they have a problem with you?
Yeah, they've got a problem. So the incident unfolded during the Dagestan Chess Championship. 40-year-old, Amina Abakarova was found on security cameras loitering suspiciously near a tournament chessboard. It was reported that she'd previously asked if cameras were in operation and had been told that they weren't.
Oh my god.
Now, if you're going to do criminal activity, you need to be stealthy. You can't just walk in the front door like this.
You see with the train story we covered previously as well, where the person like instantly was like, oh, maybe this happened, and just completely give himself away.
Yeah.
People these days have no fucking idea how to commit a crime.
No.
Even
it's a lost art.
Yeah. Even if the cameras are genuinely off whenever you ask, the second you be like, is there cameras on? Fucking alarm bells are ringing. Every single camera in that venue is getting a new pack of AAA batteries in it.
Yeah.
And your cover's blown.
Mate, I think old school criminals are really overrated. You know, Al Capone.
Yeah.
I could have run that. I could have committed fraud in those days.
I could have got away with a lot of murders in like the 1700s.
Yeah. If there's someone from history that you would have liked to kill,
Who would it be?
You got one.
Maggie Thatcher.
It's quite recent history.
Yeah. If not, I don't know. Who would I kill? Maybe I go back.
What if I go back in time, right? And like they're about to crucify Jesus, but I get him first. And they were
Just
like,
running.
they were like, "Oh fuck, that was our plan. What are you doing?"
I don't know. I think Judas and Rufus, they are kind of similar, actually.
Yeah.
You trying to become the Judas?
No, like that already happened. Like, I'm over it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'd maybe kill Jack the Ripper because in my eyes, all his bodies that he killed now goes to me. And he is apparently like the most deadly serial killer, isn't he?
No.
He's not?
Have you heard about the Green River Killer?
I haven't.
No, so there's a guy. Basically, a lot of serial killers are long distance lorry drivers because you spend a lot of time on the road. You meet with a lot of sort of prostitutes, drug dealers, all this sort of stuff. Lost people that you if you want to be a successful serial killer, this is a serial killer guide, right? Step 1. Your targets have to be people nobody cares about. Because if someone notices they're gone, your cover is blown. Mm-hmm. So you've got to kill strays,
Strays.
People, lost people wandering around in society, orphans, people with no connections or anything. And that's why you must be a long distance lorry driver, because you spend a lot of time on big highways, empty roads. You can pick up prostitutes, solicit favors, and then kill them and quietly dispose of them. And that's what the Green River Killer did. I think he has 137 confirmed kills.
Jesus.
But he was just trucking up and down that highway, the Green River Highway, all for years, decades, just doing this again and again and again.
It reminds me of, do you remember whenever you played like GTA, Vice City or something, and you'd pick up a hooker and then you'd kill them and take your money back?
Yep.
He was doing exactly that.
Literally, he was doing exactly that. Yeah, it's an infinite money glitch. Infinite free blowjob tutorial. But, yeah, so if you want to do that, that's step 1. Step 2 is don't try and be a hero. Because a lot of serial killers, what they actually want is notoriety and attention.
They want the headlights.
Yeah.
Headlines.
So they actually secretly, they kind of want to get caught. But that's obviously super inefficient because as soon as you get caught, the career's over.
Also, it's when you start to slip up, whenever you're trying to leave like a few cookie crumbs for them. Yeah. That's whenever you get caught.
And that's why the Zodiac is obviously legendary.
Yeah.
Even though I think we know who he is. Quick Google.
I saw the film.
You'll be able to find the guy. But, yeah, so don't do that. Remember your place. You're just a humble serial killer. Just stay low.
Drive a lorry.
Move around a lot. That's another important aspect. You've got to be moving around constantly. That's why lorry driving is great, because you kill someone and then you're out immediately. Don't kill people like in your road.
Yeah, nah, it's too obvious.
Spread it out. Yeah. So there we go. Top tips for all my serial killers out there. Her rival, going all the way back to our story about Amina Abakarova, the chess player. Yeah, remember that? It feels like an age ago. She asked if there were cameras in operation and had been told that there weren't. She then put mercury from a thermometer on her opponent's pieces, just smeared it over the pieces.
Yeah.
Her rival, Umaiganat Osmanova, butchered that, was rushed to hospital with nausea and dizziness 30 minutes later when they started the game. Abakarova confessed that she wanted to, quote, knock her opponent out of the tournament, citing personal hostility towards Osmanova, who had a week earlier won a different chess tournament above her on tiebreak.
Didn't realise chess was such a cutthroat sport.
No.
This is fucking street chess.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to knock them out of the next round, put laxatives in their drink or something. Just give them the shits. You won't have to worry about them.
Yeah, she shot too high.
Yeah, she fucking... Like, that could kill you very easily, couldn't it?
I think so, if it's untreated.
Yeah.
Also, just insane, like, she faces 3 years in jail for this. And, like, those are going to be the 3 hardest years. Imagine 3 years Russian jail. Like, it is not that Swedish jail, which basically looks like sort of luxury housing. This is going to be the gulag.
She's just going to have to tell people a different story.
Listen to this quote. I don't think she's going to get away with this either, because the Minister for Sport, Sajidov, said she must answer for what she did by the law. If we translate that, I think it means that's a one-way ticket to the gulag.
Straight to the fucking gulag.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to be matching up against anyone from Dagestan in the gulag.
Oh no,
Yeah, I'd be getting fucked.
they are serious boxers.
Yeah.
Despite falling ill, the opponent, she fully recovered and continued the tournament, eventually finishing in second place and winning a prize. Abakarova was expelled after the 4th round, and it says here, is unlikely to play chess again anytime soon.
Left it open though.
Yeah. Well, do you get better at chess after doing forced manual labour for 3 years? Probably not.
Nah,
No.
you'd lose it.
Anyway, let's get into our next segment. Questionable then. This is our audience interaction segment where we ask you a tantalising question, a prospect, if you will, and we respond to the best answers. We asked you this week, what's something you'd be open to trying once? And the most breathtaking responses here. Number 1, Chinese water torture. Seems overhyped. I've always thought that.
That it was overhyped?
Yeah. I'd quite like to try Chinese water torture in the bedroom.
With piss? You know, like...
Now, yeah, it does sound like that. Now that you've said it. Well, no, not really. Just like normal Chinese water torture. But there's something like, I'm tied up, right?
Yeah.
That was me. I'm handcuffed to the whatever. The
Yeah.
prison bars or whatever. And like, a Chinese water torture is just a drop. Drop.
Oh, okay.
Oh, what do you think?
I was picturing like full-on waterboarding.
No, that's different. So waterboarding is Chinese. Chinese water torture is where you lie down and there's a drop dripping on your head like that.
Yeah.
And it just never stops. And it starts out, it's just like drop. Right? And apparently, like, as it keeps going, it just gets like louder and louder and louder until each one sounds like a mallet hitting you on the skull.
Yeah.
Or something, or like a cannon going off right next to your ear. Like, apparently it just gets so loud, but I don't really believe it.
Maybe next week's Gamey Schumer.
Yeah, let's do the whole episode under Chinese water torture and see if it works.
Yeah. I'm not pissing on you though. Not on camera.
You brought up the piss. Can I just say that? I never said piss.
You brought up water stuff. You brought up the bedroom.
Yeah, but why has it got to be piss?
Because water
Okay,
sports...
you got to be hydrated.
Yeah.
I want it as close to water as you can possibly do.
Right, okay. If I like drank the rest of this, it would be...
No, I want way more than that. I want way more than that. You've got to drain
like
the tap.
3 litres.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. I would probably try coke once. I think he means cocaine. Mm-hmm. Have you heard of cocaine?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I've never seen an ugly girl who does coke, so they must be doing something right. I mean, facts.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen an ugly girl do cocaine?
I don't think so.
No. Because they do cat.
Yeah, that's the
why.
difference.
That's why. And this ties into my theory. Got a lot of theories. That on average, the richer you are, the hotter you are. On average. So obviously, like, there are ugly rich people. And there are also hot poor people. But on an average basis.
It definitely helps, yeah.
Because I think the gold digger effect kicks in. Like, if you're a rich man, even if you're absolutely butters, you can get a fit trophy wife if you want one.
Yeah.
Right? So then your kids on average are going to be better looking.
That is true.
And then...
It's just evolution, basically.
Yeah, I think so. But I'm obviously that has no scientific basis. I've just thought about it.
I think there could be.
So, hot girls on average have more money, right? If you draw the conclusion down from that theory, which means they do more expensive drugs as opposed to the regular person, which is why they do bag
Yeah.
and regular persons do cat. So there's a total scientific explanation here.
You threw that together real quick. That's impressive.
Yeah. No, I've thought about it for a long time. Honestly, that's one of the main theories I have.
I've seen like a fucking like a homeless drug addict munter injecting heroin into their ass.
Yeah, hot people don't do heroin.
Yeah, nah. Or
Not
maybe
not anymore.
They start off hot, but after a few months of that,
Yeah.
You're-
We had a lot of people submitting, oh, I'd do heroin. Which I would do heroin. Because I want to know what the fuss is all about.
yeah.
On my deathbed. Like, just before I die.
Yeah.
I'll just have a bit of heroin and maybe I'll just die then.
Yeah, no, I've seen Trainspotting. I don't want to go near that shit.
Next one. Role-playing a kamikaze pilot in the bedroom. I think we can try this one out.
Right?
Who do you want to be? I'll be the pilot,
Okay.
and you be the. I don't know. It's Are we in a plane? Okay, right. I've got it. I'm flying the plane.
Uh-huh.
I'm a kamikaze pilot,
Yeah.
and you're.
Just the passenger.
I guess so. Right. How can I fly this? I'll hold this phone. This will be the wheel. Right. I'm looking out. I'm looking out the front of the plane, so I can't see you.
Can I cue a few tunes?
Konnichiwa.
So stupid.
I'm assuming I'm sort of it's a Pearl Harbor situation.
Am I directing you here? Can I be?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. The two towers are that way.
No, hang on. Oh, I thought this was Pearl Harbor's. That's what we were doing. I didn't realise we were doing 9/11.
Oh, yeah, we are now.
Anyway, it's about 10 minutes to New York. So, see you later. There we go. And I think we just put ourselves well in contention for the Oscar there.
It helped that neither of us had any clue what the other person was doing at the start.
I thought you were going to try and be like a sexy girl or something. And I was going to be like a sort of stoic pilot.
Ah.
But that didn't really...
That didn't...
You just played yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna sound like a weird guy here, but putting Nutella on my big toe and licking it off to see if it tastes more like toe or like Nutella.
What does toe taste like? So
Well, anyone who's like sucked a toe before, which like guilty, knows that it basically tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
So Nutella is. I mean, there's an obvious answer here.
Yeah, it's going to overpower the toe.
Yeah, I can actually get my whole big toe in my mouth. Astonishing fact. Oh yeah? Okay, fine. I will. I'll prove it to the people. I haven't tried this for a few years, I have to say, but I could do it last time I tried.
Okay. I don't know how much I actually want to see this, but I'm also curious.
I'll keep the sock on.
That's worse.
Oh, am I not able to do it anymore? Oh. Mate, I'm going to be so upset if I found that I'm not able to do this. No, I can't get anywhere near it.
Do you want to do mine?
Mate, I used to be able to do that. Like when I was a kid, easy. And people were like, how can you suck your own toe?
No, how? Why?
Well, it's just funny, isn't it? Mate, I feel like I've just... Like, it was like... This feels like when I got measured, height-wise.
Yeah.
And I found out I wasn't as tall as I thought I was. Like, it feels like I've lost... I haven't lost anything. I didn't have that ability. But it feels like I've lost it.
Yeah, especially... It's worse you bringing it up and trying to do it and failing than you actually succeeding. Like,
I believe I can't do that anymore.
do you want me to help?
How are you going to help? No, you're just going to break my leg. Oh, no. I'm not even close now.
It's a blazer.
No, I'm not. I'm not just taking all my clothes off my toe. There's no way.
Like a very strange, very quick.
It's been an odd episode.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. I'd like to get shot in a non-vital area of my body just to see what it feels like.
It would be cool to have a bullet wound.
Where would you like to get shot?
Shoulder.
I feel like I need it though.
Yeah, but you can still say, even though it could be like fucking very far away, you can be like 1 inch to the left. You know all those fuckers?
I
think you
think-
shot in like the shin.
Yeah. I think I'd like to get like a sort of a
Collarbone.
collarbone, like a nick, you know.
Yeah, like a graze.
A graze.
Yeah.
Because then I'd look well hard.
What would you... You have to kill someone to get a teardrop tattoo, don't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't advise getting it.
Is there any other way?
Yeah.
Is there an
You have to do it
equivalent
over
for
again.
getting shot? Is there anything you can get like that? Is there like a membership or anything?
I think you don't. You get. Yeah, you get free. Get free peanuts. Five Guys. Oh, you get those anyway,
Yeah.
don't you? Free peanuts of Five Guys. Don't you get discounts at Odeon
Yeah, you do. The first 3 months of your Wi-Fi bill is half price.
if you get shot?
Yeah.
Mate, it's like, you know, these NHS people, right? And I understand the NHS is a great thing and the people in there are overworked and underpaid and very, very hard, right?
Yeah.
But they wave around that NHS blue card like it's a sort of like pass to get anything for free.
Yeah.
Like, it's
like a fucking badge of honor.
Like it's the fucking Willy Wonka golden ticket. Like, let me in, let me in, let me in. It's like, we had people like trying to bargain with me for discounts, flashing me the blue card, right? And I hadn't been told about the blue cards. I didn't even know what it was.
You're like, what the fuck are you showing me?
Yeah. I was like, what is that like? Is that your like Nike book club membership card? I've got no idea. And they go, oh no, give me a discount. I was like, what? Is this just a thing? I didn't understand.
Yeah.
I found out it was a thing, but yeah. Those people need to calm down. I get you work very hard.
Yeah.
And I will cut you a discount. Maybe. But, yeah.
You know what's a fucking good life hack, by the way? You get free, back at home anyway, you got free McFlurries or a free 99p cheeseburger if you had a student ID at McDonald's.
What?
Yeah. One or the other.
What,
And-
every day?
Yeah.
It's a free food, like, sort of glitch.
But I graduated and had no more student ID, but I caught on whenever I was a student that 90% of the time they never asked you for it. So I still sometimes, whenever I'm home, I'll be like,
No,
oh,
you don't.
can I get like a McFlurry on the student card?
Oh, I'm in sixth form.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
But they never ask.
I guess they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
It's just a burger.
There's going to be some day where they do ask though, and I roll forward and be like, yeah, this is for me.
I'm 38.
I was a student.
Next one. Being blindfolded while someone brings... This one's insane. Being blindfolded while someone brings various random bowls of cereal for me to dip my balls in, and I have to guess the cereal. Failure to guess more than 3 correct results in me being chased butt naked by a bunch of llamas through town. Now, that's the sort of submission I like.
Yeah, yeah.
I like how he hasn't specified how many rounds there are. He has to get 3 correct.
If there's fucking 50, easy work, but if
There's
4,
some, I think, which would be very easy, and then some that were very difficult. Like,
oh, yeah. Like
Shreddies.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Porridge. hot fucking milk.
But, like, if you gave me Rice Krispies, those could easily be Cocoa Pops.
I think I'd know.
Okay, what about cornflake, frosty? You know, like, we're really sort of getting into it.
How well can you feel it? The texture of a cereal on your ball bag, though?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do this next game. We should do Guess the Cereal. Anyone who's a regular listener and wants to get featured on this program, write something like that as a response to the next question, and we'll definitely feature you. Because I read that and I was like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I think, would be the worst one because have you had?
I've never had it, no.
I think it's curiously cinnamon in this country.
Right.
It's just like that's like pure sandpaper because it's just covered in that sort of sugar sort of spikes. Ow. Anyway, brilliant stuff. brilliant stuff. Oh. Hello. Wow. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, I've just had some news in down the wire from our France correspondent Smelly Goulding in Paris. This is today's news. Today, of course, being July the 3rd, 1971. Aidan, before I just deliver this story, I have to ask you, who is in Paris?
Some well-raised...
When we were in Paris, who was in Paris?
Okay.
I should explain to all the viewers, we've just got back from Paris.
Yeah.
Who was in Paris?
With us.
Yeah, obviously, like,
During our trip.
Pink Floyd was there.
Elvis.
Elvis was there.
Yeah.
Good friend of the show.
Yeah. Even though he died before this shit. He did.
No, he didn't. Died 7 years after this.
Elvis was there.
Good friend of the show. He'll live forever.
Jane Fonda.
Yeah, Jane Fonda.
She was kicking about somewhere.
She's kind of hot. Low key.
Yeah. Hanoi Jane fucking goes hard.
Yeah.
Stevie Wonder was there for a bit.
Yeah. He had difficulty finding the club though.
Yeah. He got put out for fighting whenever he did get in.
Yeah.
He hit the wrong person.
And then we tried to... he wanted to go to the kebab van, but he ended up at the strip club.
Probably similar smells.
Yep. Oh, wow. That's so disgusting.
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John
Yeah.
were there.
And, Jim Morrison was there.
Yeah, and the other doors.
Yeah. All of the doors.
Yeah.
Double doors. Sliding doors.
Patio door.
Yeah. I thought Paris was... Obviously, it's a very dirty and smelly city. But we had a good time with the nightlife.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have trusted you with the plans. Obviously, you booked Pop World Paris.
I thought that was a good shout initially, but...
Well, you hadn't been to Pop World Bournemouth before, that's why. And obviously, having been there myself, I told you Pop World Paris is not going to be the way to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rock and Roll Circus, excellent club. What did obviously I had a bit of heroin. What did you order? Did you get drinks?
Yeah, just a few drinks. I wasn't on the heroin that night. I was driving.
Yeah, so I wasn't very hungry because of obviously the heroin.
Yeah.
I thought you having a full English at a club's pretty weird, but
Yeah.
you do you, man.
I just thought, you know what? Free bar. Jimmy's put on a spread.
Yeah, I mean Jane Fonda was like, "Do you want to dance with me? Do you want to dance with me?" And you were just like dunking the bread in the bean sauce. Like,
I wasn't interested.
I love it.
Yeah.
She's like a mushroom, Jane.
I could tell as well, the more I said no, the more she wanted it.
Oh right, yeah,
Yeah.
playing hard to get, dangling a rasher in front of her face. Yeah, and then it's funny. Jim had a bit of a funny turn. Obviously, he went to the bathroom, and then we just didn't see him again. Which is weird because the obviously patio sliding and double, all the other doors were
Trap door was there.
Yeah, trap door. They were all loving it.
Yeah.
Trap door.
They've just got a higher tolerance, I think.
Yeah, for heroin. You were about the only person who didn't do any heroin then. Yeah.
But as I said, I was driving, so
Yeah,
stuck
and
to
then
the vodka.
obviously, like Jim's a bit of a lightweight. So then there were those two guys who carried him out. He was looking a bit rough, and he went home. Sad to report, he's been found in his bathtub, dead by his girlfriend Pamela, who was actually there.
Yeah, Pam was there.
We've forgotten about her.
That's going to be hard on her.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a bit of a weird vibe from Pamela.
Do you think you'll maybe try and move to her?
I think. Well, here's the thing. Like, she's definitely Leng, but she's a sort of a bit of a money grabber. I think.
Yeah.
I think she might be a bit of a gold digger. I'm
think
not sure
that's-
she's totally trustworthy. You know.
I think that's mainly why Jane was all up in my grill.
Yeah.
You know, the money and stuff.
Well, I think Pamela Coulson is the sort of girl. You take her to McDonald's, you have a good time. But I'm not putting out the
drive-through. You're not sitting in with her.
No. That's far too intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But I will-
We'll share the box.
Yeah.
The Nuggets box.
I
10
will
each.
pretend that I paid for the student card McFlurry for her.
Yeah, exactly. So suspicious circumstances all around. Have to say, I just don't trust Pamela Coulson. Not sure though. So obviously our hearts go out to Jim, and obviously trap, sliding, patio, and double the rest of the doors. So sad news, sad note for the end of the show.
That is very sad to hear. It seems that all our close personal friends are dropping like flies.
Yeah, but Elvis is kicking.
Yeah,
He'll be good.
And like, I don't know. We still have Bruce Lee, who's just like a fit and healthy man.
Yeah.
So,
I've been golfing with fuck me, who's been assassinated? Anyway, thank you for listening to another wonderful episode of Radio Rufus. We'll be back again next week, no doubt, because we're always there, like a metronome, delivering on time. 88 to 91 FM, Radio Rufus. That's what we do. Make sure to help us get to 20k and check out the rest of our contentinio over on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you for listening. And back to you in the studio.